Ash here for the Florida Mayhem. No mercy pairing for Yaki right now. They're happy with Chris and Gangnam Jim on support, but the Titans, I mean, they use that Lucio to close the gap awfully quickly. And the Mayhem's composition doesn't look all that well built to deal with front-loaded damage like that. You get blown up awfully fast. He's going to walk to the back anyway and go for a match. So they do hit 3 with that EMP pretty comfortably. BQB down. Shredlock pretty much just has the standard hold mouse 1 for the most part here.
It's
the
so
Vancouver
dirty
Titans,
as well.
They're in great shape right now. I mean, they look pretty comfortable on this composition. They lose a couple at the end of that fight, but they're still in control now. And Florida are getting... Shredlock gets the turn. Deal with Fate, of course, who was trying to cause some problems, but Shockwave was able to single out Yaki so easily. And now Shredlock continues to apply the pressure on towards Fate, and it looks like the Harmony Orb's not going to be enough to keep him alive. It isn't. Gangnam Jin run down by Shockwave. 2 Winstons, no problem. The Vancouver Titans, again, exuding comfort when it comes to this change-up in composition. Looking very good with this particular hero. Have to get through quite a choke to approach the point. Oh, the Immortality Field coming a little bit late for Rule. Couldn't keep Shredlock alive. Dalton, though, sheer force of will over this left-hand side is able to push forward and get rid of both BQB and Gangnam Jin. And Yaki is on the outside looking in right now. Gets a focusing beam sniped down on towards Shockwave, but there's no front line for him to work with now, and he'll just have to rip tire around the right-hand side, but it's spotted out. Nice job by Yaki. Just the sticky bombs to get rid of it, and there's a duplicate ready to go. Rabbinic Flux here from Gargoyle. Face-to-face right now with Shredlock, who gets finished off by Gangnam Jin, spread off from the rest of his team, and the Titans spend a little bit on that fight, but crucially maintain the duplicate and the super. From the point there, Maywall is now gone. KSA, Rabbinic Flux is going to be more defensive now. Hits both of the tanks, though. Fate dropped down alongside the Sigma. It's going to be an Immortality Field thrown in the mix here. This is good for the Titans. Even though no one dies to the Gravitic Flux, it's the displacement. It's also keeping the Mayhem club together. They lost the element of surprise because they're busy dangling in midair. And the Vancouver Titans take him out.
Oh no. It doesn't look like they knew that Shockwave got there, but all right, he's finally able to deal with Gangnam Jin. Is it enough though to open things up? It looks like it might be.
Yeah, Chris attempted a resurrect there, but was cut down by Rolf. The Bob doing a lot of work though. Shockwave can't do too much to prevent that damage. Inaki gets a free self-destruct here at a moment. Pretty handy. That's going to go up, and that duplicate there going to buy the Florida Mayhem some important time. Gargoyle, though, caught without his shield available. Kaka steps up, though, with half health. I think it just gets nuked. Yaki can stop. High ground control for Gargoyles there, and Kaka got blown up. It's the damage-boosted Ash Mat. That really hurts. And now a nano boost as well. BQB, all of the resources being dedicated to him, and he gives a good account of himself. Makes it worthwhile. Drops down now, and Rolf, got headshot briefly by him there. The damage is available for the Florida Mayhem here, and the Titans don't have the coverage to pressure BQB out. So many layers of protection. So they're not trying to speed under.
Look at the position the Titans already forced into, right? It's so bad.
I mean, Yaki wins a 1v1. Rolf is in deep trouble. I mean, he's gone. I mean, Yaki just opened that up on his own map.
But you can kind of see this happening with the way the compositions were shaking out already. Like, they were going to get forced off of this high ground. Just a lot of extra damage, even extra durability, right? With the Sigma being able to lead way with the Kinetic Grasp and extra shielding. You're just going to get walked down and pushed back off that ledge, which opens up that whole cross of the map. I mean, for the Florida Mayhem.
The whole point you have Diva for KSA is so you can try and shut down Yaki flanking and killing your Ana. That didn't happen. KSA was not able to do anything about Yaki.
BQB's already, look at the position they forced Shockwave into. Nice shot though. So he's able to land a headshot onto BQB, but the front line, they're just gonna lose the point, it seems like.
Yeah, once again, Shockwave bowled over by Yaki as he just comes in. Sticky Bomb is there, and of course the Focusing Blast isn't far behind it. They'll force Dalton away, who's extremely low as it is. Fade had to be used there by Rolf, and it's all defensive cooldowns that the Titans have to use right now. And this doesn't look much different from Numbani, Matt. Again, Florida played. Yeah, coming forward now with a bit of confidence. And here's a coalescence from the high ground for Rolf, and wow, the timing on that one looks so good.
Really
Just able to get rid of Chris and Gangnam Jin, deal with them pretty comfortably. And again, Fate coalescence to the high ground. He wants to pressure down Chris, who has to use an Immortality Field off the point, which means that the Mayhem, when they get to the point, we're going to be waiting another 10 seconds before they get another drone.
Fate still on point here, just trying to contest it. You're going to see the Bob get used here by BQB. Gets into the corner. Gargoyle take out one. Gargoyle gets over to the high ground on the Diva with the Supercharger. Gets another. And it looks like Florida Mayhem should be able to take this. People on the spawn for the Titans. That'll be a point B take first, yeah.
Yeah, but he's just going to make sure he knows where the supports are. That's pretty nice. He gets Gangnam in here, but he has to follow up on these kills. If he doesn't, it could be trouble. BQB goes down. Treadlock now into the backline and gets rid of both supports there. Even if they had the use of their abilities, it's unlikely that Chris and Gangnam could have prevented themselves from being knocked off the map. Especially
Lessons to slap Bob and Gravitic Flux used by the Mayhem.
I mean, Wolf not healing his base tank. Oh, okay. Goes for an aggressive Coalescence. KSA's able to find the self-destruct kill on Fate here, but Karkar's out of the picture, so once more the Titans can't do too much to close the gap here. And I like the aggressive Coalescence, but you need a Treadlock to be your initiator there, and he was out of line of sight from Rolf. Unable to be kept alive, and the Florida Mayhem are going to be able to weather the storm here. The Vancouver Titans bring the cold from the north, but it's not enough to shake the foundations of the Mayhem, who stand tall and end up taking the victory here on Volskaya. To be aware of it, I think they maybe realize now, and well, it's too late.
Oh, it seems...
Did the Mayhem just walk out of spawn without checking the train card? Has it been so long since Hanzo used Sonic Arrow to scout that?
Well, it seemed like they were, the way they were operating, the way they were moving, it seemed like they knew they were there, but clearly that is not the case. So
trust being put in Chris and Gangnam to keep them alive, and it pays off. It pays off big. Gargoyle now has a Gravitic Flux, which he may opt to use on the high ground here just to hold all of the tanks hostage. They probably don't need it. I mean, they're up 2 players. They have the Winston basically dead right. Now you'll see D.Va just kind of get worked down. You don't even really need the Gravitic Flux. You'll have a Transcendence yet again for the next fight. I mean, really good point A take here for the Florida Mayhem. Alright, Gargoyle pressured, but no early hack from Dalton.
No.
So no opening here. I mean, BQB finds Karka. That was another hold mat, another setup. It's crazy that Fate is just setting up so many of these kills for BQB so far. Self-destruct gets rid of Immortality Field with Supercharger. Kind of clutch, if I'm honest. There's actually value there. The problem is, though, is that the Titans need to get rid of Florida players, and getting rid of the D.Va. Now Yaki gets a free self-destruct, and you go back to Echo if he even gets desuited.
I mean, you use the EMP and you get rid of Gargoyle. Yaki turns into the Winston here, and Yaki's got a Primal Rage. He did get Gangnam Jin down, so see, this should be a hold for the Titans. Yep, Titans should be able to get a defensive stand here. So when we come back in the next fight, what do the Florida Mayhem actually have to work with? Really probably
to get their forces back in position. You see Dalton getting picked off there with EMP. And the Mayhem now going to push up. It's going to be a Blizzard to try and open this for them, and then EMP is really needed now. BQB drops down. Frozen is Shredlock on the point, but Shockwave has a nice little angle here. It is a very high angle for him to try and shoot from, but safe nonetheless. And that EMP came in just at the right time.
Yeah, Ultimate's invested at the end there for the Titans.
Shut down the Primal Rage could be quite devastating. The Florida Mayhem need to get BQB into this action here. They need a cleaner fight. When they've got the May in the picture, they need to just team wipe the Titans before they can respawn back in. KSA is able to desuit there to allow him to get back, and that is a gigantic kill on Yaki.
Oh, massive. It looked like he was gonna, he blizzarded, tried to put the May wall up, stay alive on through it. They had Nat Matrix there. Do they even get a touch? They will not. So that's for the payload.
Well, it's going to be an interesting amplification matrix there, intended, I guess, to get damage inside Big Earls, but the Titans are so mobile, they can sidestep away from that one so easily. Rolf, aggressive Coalescence once more from the backline there, wants to pressure the Mayhem. Despite going down a Zenyatta, earlier in the fight, the Mayhem are still able to stay alive, and that's because this is such a durable setup.
Yeah, with the May in play, right, Yaki just ice blocks on the point. There's nothing you can really do about it.
Dalton, does he just try and get rid of Gargoyle here, make him less effective? He gets interrupted as he went for the hack. Hyperspears immediately came in his direction. And yet Dalton just got ruined. BQB was able to turn his attention towards the location of the Sombra and remove them from the fight. Transcendence now just being used to keep Chris alive as Gangnam Jin keeps his team topped up. Rolf halted and he'll be removed on the payload now. And Florida, both of these teams, very different approaches to playing in this hero pool scenario this week. But Florida definitely have come up with at least a more elegant solution, Matthew. It's solid, it's consistent, and it puts them very much in the lead in the long fight and in the series. And that will be Route 16.